Okay, so we have the front and the back gable finally done. Very trying. We have the longer version of this Climapod. We have the 14 foot, so we need to build the center stabilizer part, which shouldn't be too bad. That's what we're gonna do now. Shouldn't be too bad, right? Okay, Heather and I are about to put the middle section together. We finished the front yesterday. It took forever to do. Yesterday we were gonna do the middle section, but we couldn't find these two pieces, M1 and 962, because they were in another bag that was not labeled for what we needed. Don't really understand why they did that, but it took forever for me to find it. So here we go, going to do the middle, and hopefully we'll get it up today. We'll see. We're having difficulties with where 15 millimeters is on a regular Craftsman ruler, and it doesn't have like millimeters. So I looked, and it's also equals to 5/8, which direction says 5/8, but there's no 5/8 on this as well. It doesn't clearly say 5/8. So I looked on Google, and 5/8 is in between a 1/2 inch and 3/4 of an inch. So that is where you find it on a ruler. 1/2 inch and 3/4 of an inch, right in the middle of that is your 5/8, 15 millimeters. Exciting. Let me show you what we're doing. This has to be 15 millimeters, right there. Then a bolt here, bolt there, and one there. Heather's doing her side, and I'm just finishing up my side. I gotta tighten them down. Okay, Heather has her side done using the A8 bolt, and I'm about to get my side done using the A8 bolt. Make sure you use the correct bolts.
We'll redo everything like we just did.
Because we didn't. We had to redo. After you secure that 15 millimeters down there, then you can slide the rest down. That's how we did it. May not be the best way, but that's what we did.
So we just need 4 A1s.
And stick them up through.
Stick them up through.
Taking a break, we have the centerpiece thankfully done. Today is May 28th. It is the big day of putting in the Climapod. As you can see behind me, the apple tree isn't doing very well, didn't survive winter, so I'm going to take that out. And then where I'm standing is where we're going to have to initially build the Climapod and then move it on top of the frame, which is part of the instructions. So we're going to get going. The apple tree is now gone. I'm really sorry to see it go. What I did want to say is the other day we had 9 yards of dirt dropped off, so we filled the garden with garden mix. We are here and we have pieces ready to put together for the front gable, the back gable, and the middle. And we need to flatten out the ground the best we can to put this together, or it won't go together correctly. They say masking tape is good to hold the bolts, because I got to put 2 bolts up top and they're going to slip down if I don't tape them in place first. Okay, we are now connecting V26 to the front gable right here. So it just slides up and it lays there. And this is where one of our bolts that we slid up earlier now comes into play. Okay, so as soon as we get this in, a little, not heavy, just so my fingers aren't getting. He's like, I'm digging right here. Where you're looking?
You are, I'm digging.
Okay, this goes in. All right.
So I think after we put all of this together, because it walks through all of this, then it says you connect the main building with the rear gable.
At the very end.
At the very end, and then I would assume we repeat all these steps, because it doesn't prompt you to do that until you get through all of it.
Okay.
So we can do it the other way.
No, I think let's put this
over
there, like you said, and then we put the rear. We build it and put the rear up.
Okay.
I think we need to follow the directions and do this entire set before we do the rear.
It even says this: after making up the A-frame, you now need to connect the main house A-frame and rear gable with the ridge frame. So, all right.
Okay, we're going for it.
Connecting to the aluminum base.
So it slides on here. So we need to loosen these bolts.
Remember being in your pocket when you went to...
Before we put this on, what I did want to say, when I measured corner to corner after we got it all squared up, it was a perfect 200 inches. That's what they didn't explain for this size Climapod. It's sliding right into place. So we got the front done. Still questioning sort of the center part because we use that kind of attachment. So it's just sitting on there for now. So we did the front to the A-frame, and now it says
Connect to the rear gable.
connect the rear gable.
So you skip to step 12 and you go get these parts. So we're gonna go do that.
So I guess we
And
need
then
to
we'll start-
skip to
Then we'll
step
start
12.
building all the stuff in the middle.
Here comes Heather and our furry friend. Here comes Jadzia. Come here, Jadzia. She has a little bit of a limp. She hasn't been feeling good lately. We're gonna get her fixed up here at the doctor.
She's doing better. Okay.
Okay. I want to say on a side note with this project, if you do not have a very strong marriage, you're never going to
Don't do it.
survive it.
Just don't do it.
Hire someone.
Hire someone.
Okay, we're going to put in the back for the rear gable.
There.
Okay, you hold it. Okay, so here we are again, back to the center. Hopefully you can see it. So I have this piece that connects the next one, but I guess I have to slide it in and connect it to these bolts here. And I don't even think the instructions are saying this is exactly...
No, they didn't say anything about it.
I think I gotta loosen these bolts again to try to get this into that spot. Let's see how this one goes. It looks like it's supposed to go a lot easier. Look
Quit
at
saying
that.
that, because you say it and then it takes like 75 times longer than we expect it to.
I'm just about to install the horizontal bar That's gonna start giving this a little bit more fortitude. So if you see, it's important you get it on the right side because these corners have to match. You see that? And they slide in this way. And those bolts that we have below that slid up, those are going to attach on. And then it attaches on here, and it's getting windy, so I'm going to get this going. Yesterday, we put up the framework, and it took a long time to do. The instructions, again, are vague, so I'm hoping that what we did was correct. I had to do things twice. You have to get it up really, really fast, because if any kind of wind blows, it's going to do things like bend the frame before you get it all going. So that's a big issue that we had yesterday, was wind and getting the frame torqued. So we're gonna have to bend that back into place somehow. So as far as these cross beams are concerned, right here, it doesn't show you really which way is up. So I ended up going online and finding one of his videos that sort of glazed through really quick, and I was able to see the orientation of it, along with the M12 crossbars that are throughout the whole thing. You're not sure which way is up until you actually find it on a video. The instructions, they're just drawn on illustrations. They're not regular pictures, so it is really hard to tell what's going on with the pictures. Here, I wasn't too sure how to get this connected. I used one of these panels to lock down, but the instructions don't show how to lock the center frame onto the bottom panel, so I actually had to use one of these for now, just to get it locked in so it would stay, because once again the wind was kicking and it pulled it up because I couldn't figure out how to get the center frame held in place. As far as the crossbars for the 031 and as well as the 067, you know, they give you the starting point right there to go over, but they don't tell you where to finish on the other side. So you can see things aren't very level yet. I guess I'm gonna have to use a leveler to try to figure that out. Heather is taking the white off the panels right now because we have to leave for about a week. So we're not gonna be able to finish what we thought we were gonna be able to. One thing I did learn was, you know, there's the white, but the inside has a plastic coating as well that needed to come off. It's coming off pretty easily, but see, it's tucked inside. So I think if we push, it'll come out. But I think the instructions later say that you needed to pull 2 inches off around the perimeter of it. But we just thought that was like the white, and we didn't care too much. Another thing I'm questioning so far is the front gable and how the centerpiece locks in. The instructions aren't very clear about how to lock in the front as of yet. I'm thinking maybe this hole has something to do with locking it in with some kind of strip that I used in the other places, so we're gonna find out what's happening there.